Welcome back into that Sean podcast. I am the Big Hush. Here be that cat daddy. I know it's a lullaby season, but you still get to see us. Pretty boy over here, and then Mr. Man over here. Pretty cat boy. What's on your mind?
Not sure I like that name, but sadly, this was the first weekend we had without a football game in a very long time, and I'm not going to lie, it felt pretty empty, but we've still got a great show this week. We've got the UFL draft updates, we've got the NBA All-Star Game recap, we got the MLB lockout updates, we got Juwan Howard throwing punches in the handshake line over timeouts, and I mean, if that's how Juwan Howard wants to react, I want to know what happened to Chris Webber after that 1993 championship game.
Right.
But you guys don't care about any of those topics, and that's not what we talk about anyways. You came here for football, and that's what we deliver. And this week, we got the franchise tag for you. We had a potential combine boycott. We got some people talking some BS nonsense about Aaron Rodgers. We got some Brian Flores updates. We got a lot.
All right. Without further ado, let's get into it. First part, let's start off with that man who is just absolutely awesome on the field, but just an insane manic off the field. Mr. Aaron Rodgers decided to take to Instagram and write a cryptic message to basically have everybody wondering what's going on. Is he saying goodbye to Green Bay? Is he saying goodbye to the league? What's Aaron Rodgers doing? Sean, Cat Daddy, you're the resident Packer fan of this pod. How about you clear up what's going on here?
Yeah, so it's Tuesday, and what does Aaron Rodgers do on Tuesday? He shows up on the Pat McAfee show, he talks with Pat McAfee, answers questions, and as far as we know, it's all a completely open and honest conversation. And the topic of the Instagram post came up, and Aaron Rodgers was just saying that he came off I think it was a week-long, almost like retreat, where when he got finished with it, he was just focused on gratitude and really appreciative of all the people around him. So he's thanking teammates, he's thanking what I still believe to be his fiancée, Shailene Woodley. I don't think they've broken up.
Not officially.
No, I don't think they have. With the way he's been talking about her, I don't think he has, but you guys didn't come here to hear us talk about that. But he's thanking teammates. Yeah, you're going to be really disappointed. He was thanking coaches. He put some pictures up of the last year. And the picture that he concluded with, the final picture, was the game in Kansas City. For the national anthem, he normally has Randall Cobb on his right side. He normally has Davante Adams standing on his left side. But for the Kansas City game, he tested positive for COVID. He didn't show up. So Randall Cobb and Davante Adams still left that space for Rodgers because that's how close they are, and they thought it was a nice way to pay respect to Aaron Rodgers for missing that game. So Rodgers posted that photo, and all of a sudden the whole universe starts exploding, thinking Aaron Rodgers is going to retire. He's done. He's out of football. But no, he just wanted to show appreciation because those are his two guys, and he was very touched by that small act of leaving his space there and just giving him that respect. So he was just showing gratitude, and that's all it was. He has not retired, at least not officially. He has not been traded, at least not officially.
Has been filed.
No paperwork's been filed, so there is nothing new on the Aaron Rodgers front, but he is a strange fella, and I think he is doing this for gratitude. But part of me also thinks he's doing this to mess with people because he knows they're going to make a much bigger deal out of it than what it really means. So,
all right, that's not all that was going on in terms of news.
So that's not all with Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, there's more. Oh,
right. All right. I'm not sure if you heard about it, but there was a longtime Packer writer. His name's Bob McGinn, and he was criticizing Aaron Rodgers. He was saying that Aaron Rodgers' play style of being careful and calculating has hurt the team when it comes to the playoffs. Did you hear about this?
I did not.
I can understand if this type of talk was coming from somebody who's outside of the organization, doesn't watch Green Bay play as much, but having a longtime writer for the team who's, I'm going to imagine, has watched Aaron Rodgers play many times is coming out with this criticism. And I agree with the careful and calculating to a certain degree. I can agree with it. He finds a way to protect the football. However, Bob McGinn continues to say that the play style hurts the team in the playoffs. He indirectly called Aaron Rodgers selfish, saying that he only does it so he can protect his passer rating.
F you, dude.
Right, and this is the BS nonsense. And I guess
you know where this is coming from? I know where this is coming from.
It's off season. He needs clicks for articles.
No,
no,
that's not it. Well, yes, but no. This is directly related to one player and one player only. Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's gunslinger style of play. Joe Burrow throws reckless abandonment to the game. And we've seen it pay off, like the Chiefs game, both Chiefs games. And we've seen it not pay off, like against the Bears or the Jets.
Yeah, but to sit there and call Rodgers careful and calculating and saying
best
it hurts the
quarterback
team,
in the game.
It's like he didn't watch the fourth quarter of the NFC divisional round where Aaron Rodgers is playing hero ball and throwing to Devontae Adams in double coverage late in the fourth quarter. And how many times have you seen Aaron Rodgers just make incredible throws through tight windows that probably no other quarterback would be able to make?
Now, all that being said, there is one thing I think you can blame on Rodgers personally, in my opinion. Rodgers' inability to trust young players may, yes, hurt the game, hurt the team there. Because it is hard to develop. Like you got to wait something like 3 years before Rodgers thinks a receiver's even ready to be on the same field as him.
Well, part of that is look at where these receivers are drafted, right? We just did our.
I'm sorry. Let's talk this year.
We just did our 2018 redraft last week, and that was the same year that the Packers had drafted receivers in rounds 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time to earn that respect and that trust from Rodgers. This year they got Amari Rodgers.
3rd round. He should have been contributing.
He should have. Now, is that Aaron Rodgers or the coaching staff? Because I only saw Amari Rodgers out there mostly on special teams and not even all the time on special teams.
I think it's Aaron Rodgers. You want to know why?
Why is that?
Because the games where Aaron Rodgers did not play as much, like the final game or the Chiefs game, I saw Amari Rodgers on the field a lot.
True.
The game where Amari Rodgers probably should have been on the field, the Arizona game, he wasn't. Why should he have been on the field? Because there were missing receivers.
That is something that Aaron Rodgers has to develop, that trust with receivers, and if he doesn't have that with the young guys, it's tough. I get it.
Invite the kid to your house. This is where I blame Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry. This is where I do, because he's not the most approachable guy and that's from what's been said. Yeah, he's probably really cool once you get to know him. But from my understanding is he is not the easiest to be approachable. And him as the leader of the team, and he is the undisputed leader of the Green Bay Packers, he should be the one inviting these guys out to California or wherever the F it is to be working on this craft. Doing that Tom Brady thing where he was doing it during COVID, inviting everybody to his brand new house in Tampa so he can get to know his brand new receivers.
I'm not going to disagree with it.
Again,
But
I believe Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the game. But that doesn't mean people don't have flaws or warts. And I think all of
right,
his flaws and warts has to do more so with his off the field process than his on the field process.
I'd agree with that. That's where a lot of the criticism comes in from.
So whoever's sitting there saying him taking his time and being careful, get out of here with that nonsense.
That it hurts the team in the playoff. Okay,
Get
yeah.
out of here with that nonsense. I'm sorry. Aaron Rodgers is the best thing for the Green Bay Packers. What Aaron Rodgers may have to do is try to expand his horizons a bit and welcome some of these young players into this roster and get to know them and see their tendencies and how they work with his tendencies and let them know where they need to be. There's and I hate to compare it to the Cowboys, but Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin, they used to work together ridiculously. And Michael Irvin would say they would run plays in the dark. And 8 out of 10 of those would be catches.
All right. They just need to practice in the dark. Here we go. Here we go. You're in the
Anyways.
offseason, practice in the dark.
Moving on to the combine, because we got some fun combine news. So I will let Cat Daddy explain what was going to go on with the combine before the news that came this week. So Cat Daddy, talk about this news that was going to happen with the combine.
Absolutely. So it was within the last week, the NFL sent out a memo saying they wanted the combine to be in a bubble-like environment. They're thinking player safety. I think that they may have been caught up in, we still think everything's as bad as it was last year. It's gotten better, but they're still trying to implement a bubble-like environment for the combine. The problem with that, and what the agents had the problem with, was it would prevent the prospect from interacting with their normal team of people. So they wouldn't be able to interact face-to-face with their agents or any personal trainers, any nutritionists, any of their health specialists that they bring along with them. They wouldn't be able to interact. They would only be able to interact with people who are at the combine and with the medical staff at the combine. So they wouldn't have their normal team of people to go through the whole process. And the agents were like, no, this is ridiculous. Because if you want my guy to go out and run the 40-yard dash, we got to be there to make sure he's on top of his game. I got to be there to hype him up and get him ready for this.
On top of that, we got safeguards already in place. Vaccinated status. You can have tests being taken like within the last 2 days, masks, etc., etc. You have safeguards that you can put in place that every other business and establishment puts in place.
The NFL just wanted to go that whole extra step for the week-long combine, and it got to the point where the agents were potentially going to have their clients skip the combine, essentially creating a boycott of the combine. And that would have been a huge disaster for everybody included. The NFL would look like the NFL would have egg on its face. It would hurt the prospects.
Cat Daddy would have been very upset because that would force him to have to watch pro days.
I know, that's what it's going to come down to, too. I don't like that. I don't like the pro days. I want people at the combine. I want it to be a fair and even playing field when you're doing these tests. No wind-aided or turf-aided, 40-yard times because of where you're running it at. I want it.
That
everybody.
That Ohio State 40-yard dash. Yeah. That Ohio State, not 40. It's more like 38.
Exactly. You want a even playing field for all the prospects to be measured against. And I really don't like the pro days because, especially for quarterbacks, they go through all those scripted drills, the scripted throws where they've been practicing for weeks. And I just hate that. It's like, well, I can just go watch your tape, right? Anyways, I digress. So the NFL is faced with this decision. Do we ease up on our restrictions and our preparedness for this, or do we plow forward and risk the boycotts? Smartly, the NFL ended up easing up on the restrictions.
Yes, they did.
They're still trying to keep it a bubble-like environment, but the players can willingly leave the bubble whenever they're not participating. They have that downtime, so they can interact with their team, the people who normally come with them for these events. So the NFL avoided a potentially embarrassing situation, because can you imagine
that TV money?
I know, you're thinking, what is it, less than 300 people get drafted, and these agents represent about 150 people. So you're thinking,
All right,
4 or 5 rounds worth of a draft, these players aren't showing up.
Speaking of that, we're going to get into some fun. So, guys that we're going to want to see at the Combine. First one that I'm going to bring off here. I'm just going in order of like how the top 100s work. Aiden Hutchinson. Got to see what he's got to do, because is he more athletic than not? Can he answer? Like, we know he's extremely productive. We know he's powerful. But if he comes out and he runs well, this guy, you know what I'm saying?
If he does those short burst drills, like the 3-cone and the short shuttle, if he does things like that well,
but
I think that's going to help
that 40 or get that 10-yard split at like elite timing, it's going to be interesting. For his size, I should say.
Aiden Hutchinson was very productive, and I think he needs to display his athleticism at the Combine.
Now,
that's what he absolutely needs to do.
Is your boy going to be, or our boy, going to be working out, or is he still too injured?
I haven't had any updates. If anything, I hope he goes there for the medicals.
And by our boy, if everybody's wondering, it's Kyle Hamilton. We don't know if he's working out, but if he does work out, he should be an athletic freak.
He is an athletic freak. This will just add to his legacy.
Speaking of athletic freaks, Ikem Ekwonu could probably cement himself as the top tackle in this draft with what should be an insane workout at the Combine. And that's nuts, talking about offensive linemen with great workouts, but this guy's supposed to be extremely athletic.
And Evan Neal is going to have that chance to display the athleticism too. So I think Evan Neal is going to find himself back in the top 5 when it comes to prospects being drafted, draft positioning, because I think Evan Neal is going to test well at the Combine.
All right, next up, I think Kayvon Thibodeau has to test well.
He's got to test all the roof.
He has to, though.
He's going. He should. There's no reason for him not to. Like, that's what we loved about him before the season began, was he's got strength. He's got that athleticism.
I got a tale of 3 corners. One has to test well, if he is testing. Another one, if testing well, is just going to cement himself. And the other one can be middling, but needs to test well, but we'll see. And the ones I'm talking about, I'm going to give you the 3 and tell me which one I'm talking about. So, well, actually, we'll just let you guess right offhand. Who has, out of corners, if they perform, which one has to test well?
If all the corners show up. All right, what are the 3 categories again? Has to test well.
This is has to test well. Which one has to test well?
What were the other 2 categories, real quick?
One cements himself if he does test well, and the other one just confirms he's good no matter how he tests, but could accelerate himself by testing well.
All right. Has to test well. For me, it's got to be Derek Stingley Jr.
Exactly. Correct.
He has to test
correct.
Well. Correct. Absolutely.
It's because we haven't seen him.
He had a great
has to show
up
and show the potential.
Exactly. That freshman year is exceptional. If he could have declared for the draft after his freshman year, he would have, and he would have been a really high pick. But his sophomore year was shortened, or not shortened, but his sophomore year was kind of hampered by injuries, and his junior year was shortened by the injuries. So, yeah,
All right, two
he's
guys.
got to.
All right, the other two. Who cements himself as the top corner if he tests really well?
I'm going to go with Sauce.
Yep. Oh, look at you on fire today. Yes, I think if Sauce Gardner tests well, NFL circles are gonna be like, yeah, this guy's the guy.
Yeah, if he tests well, and that adds to all of his accomplishments and what he was able to do with his time in Cincinnati, he could be a potential top 10 pick.
And who's the guy that could elevate himself? But it's probably just checking the boxes. He's more of a check the boxes guy for if he tests well.
For me, that's going to be Andrew Booth Jr.
Wow, you are just. This is the cat daddy today.
And this is not rehearsed or scripted.
Not at all. Now, another name I want to put in there. A guy I don't expect to test very well, but if he does, it's going to make us look at the tape again. And that's Trent McDuffie. Because he's got excellent technique, probably the best tackling corner in this draft, but he's not known for being very athletic.
Productive, absolutely. Really good corner.
Right.
That'll be. And for me, I'm glad you didn't have me guess this one because I would have gotten this one wrong because I was going with Darian Kendrick from Georgia.
Yep.
There's a lot to like there. Yeah.
Now, with Thibodeau, everybody believes Thibodeau's going to go nuts. 3 guys, also edge rushers, who are probably going to test otherworldly, especially one in particular for his size. And 2 of these guys need to test well. I think they absolutely need to show their athleticism. But the 3 are Jermaine Johnson. I think Jermaine Johnson's going to be out of this world. Trayvon Walker, I hear, is an insane athlete. I'm hearing he's a 4'6", 40-time guy. At 280 pounds, Sean.
It's pretty good.
And then
I'm happy for that. He can't even run that fast. Yeah.
And then David Ajabo.
Oh, yeah. Ajabo. It's necessary. Absolutely necessary.
Another guy who's probably going to test well is your boy Treylon Burks.
Oh, man. He's got to.
We're going to probably see some interior guys like Zion Johnson and Tyler Lindenbaum also. It's going to be a fun combine. It really is. It's going to be a fun combine. All right. Oh, and then, of course, let's not forget Nakobe Dean and freaking
Devin Lloyd.
What Devin Lloyd runs for his size is probably going to be insane.
I think this will be the most I'll pay attention at a combine.
All right, so I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Uh-oh.
All right, we're gonna go each position rapid fire here because there's another segment I want to do, which is just for fun. Fastest quarterback at the combine.
The fastest?
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with Malik Willis.
I think so too. All right, fastest running back.
Oh man, that one I don't know.
Sincere McCormick, maybe.
I think that'd be a good guess.
Or James Cook, maybe.
No, I think Sincere.
Yeah. What, Tyler Goodson? It was Tyler Goodson fast? I don't know. All right. Considering Jameson Williams will not be running, fastest wide receiver.
And this is rapid fire. I'm going way too slow. Who is...
Or you think Jahan Dotson or Calvin Austin III?
No, I don't. It's got to be somebody. No, not any of those guys. Trying to think.
I don't like any of the lower tier guys.
No, it's going to be somebody that we haven't focused on. That's for
what
sure.
I was thinking, like Calvin Austin III. How fast is Sky Moore?
I don't know.
Let's go Calvin Austin III. He's small. Fastest tight end.
Tight ends.
Isaiah Likely?
He moves pretty quick. That's what I was thinking.
All right, fastest offensive lineman. I'm going Charles Cross.
Lineman as a whole?
As a whole.
I've seen Linderbaum move pretty quickly.
All right, you're going Linderbaum. I'm going Cross. Defensive lineman. That's difficult. What, Perrion Winfrey?
That's who would come to mind first.
Fastest edge is going to be Thibodeau. It better be Thibodeau.
D'Angelo Malone.
Oh, D'Angelo Malone. All right, fun one. Fastest linebacker.
Oh, linebacker. Who do we got?
Now, I already know what one of these guys technically has been clocked at. It's pretty fast.
Let's see. Who do you got?
I'm still. Give me a moment. Let's see. You know something? I'm gonna take the teammate of the guy that most people would pick. I'm gonna take Channing Tindall.
Then I'm gonna go Brandon Smith, Penn State.
Ooh. I just know Nakobe Dean has been clocked at 4.46.
That moving.
All right. Corner. Fastest corner.
And through all your running backs, your receivers, your secondary, I hope all of these guys run.
Seriously.
I don't want people holding out waiting for the pro day. I want them to run at the combine. All right, let's see a list of guys. If Stingley was healthy.
Indeed.
I mean, Stingley can book, but I'm going to go cornerbacks only, right?
Cornerbacks only.
All right. So I think Kyler Gordon from Washington, one of my pet cats.
I'm going to go Booth. I don't know why, but I'm going to go Booth. And then safety.
Safety, I'm going to go Daxton Hill.
Yeah, that's the obvious choice.
Yeah.
All right, little fun segment that will surprise you with real quick. How you feel about some of these players? So, Cat Daddy, you ready?
Now, what's the context? How do I feel about these players in what context?
Oh, you'll know it when I say it. How you feel about Universe with Shea Patterson goes number 1 overall in a draft? How you feel about that?
Michigan Panthers. Yep. Drafting Shea Patterson number 1. Absolutely. The whole first round of the USFL draft was quarterbacks. I think
Jordan
all 8 of them.
Tiamu went number 2 overall. How you feel about that one?
I have no idea who is eligible for the USFL.
Just how you feel about Jordan Diamu versus Shea Patterson? Who would you have drafted?
I probably would have gone with Jordan Samu.
On top of that, we got Brian Scott. And you know what Brian Scott was dubbed as?
What's that?
Oh, trigger time. Trigger time. He was tabbed the Aaron Rodgers of Division III.
So I guess his careful and calculating style of play hurts his team in the playoffs. Okay, I gotcha.
If this guy is not a stud of this league, this writer needs to just lose his job. I'm sorry. And if he is a stud, whoever's drafting for Tampa or Michigan needs to lose their jobs.
They're probably going for the name. Shea Patterson has a name. Jordan Samu has a name.
We got some other names here. Number 5 to the Houston Gamblers, Clayton Thornton. I can't pronounce that damn name.
Thorson, yeah.
Why you got a weird name, man?
He had a good career with Northwestern.
Yes, he did.
So he was with the Giants before, wasn't he? Eagles.
And
I knew it was NFC East. I mean, he's got the size. I think coming out of college, he was like 6'3", 6'4", somewhere in that range. He had the size. Yeah.
Oh, that's not the best one. Pittsburgh Maulers drafted Kalaleta.
He is with the Giants for sure, yeah. Oh, man.
Kalaleta.
He was in the Senior Bowl a couple of years ago.
Yes, he was. He
and
was
I thought he did pretty well.
Senior Bowl.
Yeah. MVP at the Senior Bowl all the way to the number 7 pick with the Pittsburgh Maulers.
Kyle Solter with the New Orleans Breakers. What the heck is a breaker? It's like a wave or something?
Yeah. Yes, the New Orleans Waves. Yep.
He was the final pick in the first round.
Man, the USFL draft was going on today, and we didn't even watch.
Shame on us.
We need to come up with a new segment now for USFL, XFL, whatever league they want to bring back.
Just something fun for just to go through real quick. Now, Cat Daddy, words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom. If you're the USFL, draft the guy with the big name. Put the butts in seats.
All right, so my words of wisdom are more. I just recently watched a movie called American Underdog, and it's basically about Kurt Warner. And here's the thing: Kurt Warner wasn't ready for the NFL when he was initially on the Green Bay Packers, but had to go to the Arena Football League. Apparently, I think he also went to NFL Europe, which wasn't in the movie.
Yeah.
But you know something? Don't ever give up. If it's truly your dream, you know something? Keep pushing, keep dedicated, keep building yourself, and you might make it happen.